Hey YouTube, Alien 20049655 here. I'm back in my survival map with my secret asteroid base. It's not really a secret. I'm playing single player. I thought I was playing realistic, but I'm actually not. I'd already told Heavy Plastic, who was a YouTube user that had commented on my last Let's Play. He praised me for my the design of my mole. He said, "Epic ship design. Are you playing realistic? Because if you are, it would make it even more impressive with all the asteroids constantly, or with all the meteors constantly streaming in." And I mistakenly told him yes. Probably because at the time I was, but when I switched over to Creative to import the ships, I probably, without thinking about it, changed the efficiency and inventory capacity settings. So I'm actually running ×10 right now. So I inadvertently lied to Heavy Plastic. I'm sorry. I've done some expansion of the base. Right now I'm collecting ore from when I took advantage of another lull in the action. I mean, I am in Armageddon, but for some reason the asteroids have stopped, or the meteors have stopped. I'm still in Armageddon mode according to the settings. I don't know if they come in waves, and if the interval between the waves is variable or random, but I haven't seen a single meteor or heard a single meteor strike in the past 10 minutes. And when I first started playing, every 30 seconds you heard a meteorite impact on the surface. Anyway, I'm taking the opportunity. Some of these chunks of rocks weren't actually mined. They were actually blown off the asteroid by the meteor hits. Now I have my maximum loose items set to 2024. I think it's about a bit per object. A bit, not a byte. Oh, I must be far enough away from my base that my machinery noise just cut out. That makes it easier to hear the music. Now I have the music volume backed off a little bit to not drown me out. But anyway, the primary reason I came outside, so I was going to show you something. Let's see. Ooh, that's a lot down there. And there's a few strays down here. There was a door that I pegged at the top of what looked like an elevator shaft, but it was just a passage where I could vertically fly up with my jetpack and get to the top of the asteroid, or what I'm referring to as the top of the asteroid. There's no true up, down, left, and right in space. It is a concept that is used to relate what you use to sync with, landmarks and things you orient yourself with. And I decided, for the sake of easy remembering, to call that exit the top of the asteroid, or the northern hemisphere. And this is not actually spherical. It looks like a giant reddish orange, brownish, basically a calico colored stalagmite floating in space. It's still pretty big. Ectosage and Tazu from Levitating Gamers and Last Stand Gamers. That would be Aaron's channel. They were doing it, or Tazu and Ectosage was doing a joint survival on this very map, and they had a unique solution to deal with Big Red. Now they didn't have the meteorites. I'm not sure the meteorite mode was, or the different meteorite modes was available, because that was, I think it was an earlier update. The game was still relatively new. Well, it's still relatively new. Let's see. looking for that hatch. Actually, it's not a hatch anymore. I found a way to keep the meteors from taking out an external, or technically semi-external collector. So now that if I can sit there long enough to empty out my ejectors from my mining ship, well, I've lost it. Let's see. Yeah, you're seeing some new beacons. I nearly lost one of my mining ships due to not being able to find it. Let's see. I'm not so sure I have Armageddon set still. Ah, here it is. But you got your typical catcher's mitt. You know, small enough, it's wide enough to collect off of all three collectors, or ejectors. But I've got the collector at the bottom of the shaft. I'm thinking about taking these corridors out so that it's a straight shot, but that feeds directly into my my refinery, and I can literally do this, and I can be processing my ore while I'm outside picking up all this stuff. Ah, some nickel, cool. That's good for motors and ammunition and assault rifles. And I say ammunition in general because missiles I consider ammunition, and they do use nickel. The only three objects I know of that actually use nickel, I mean really use it, are the machine gun bullets, the Gatling gun bullets, and the missiles. Other than that, it's just motors. But yeah, let me go back inside, fly around and go back inside the base, and I'll show you how I have the other end of that set up. Now there is a little ledge, and that's one reason why that ore could get caught on. That's one reason why I'm thinking of eliminating those corridors. Don't really need them anymore. All I need is a straight shaft that funnels right into that collector. Ah, here we go. Yeah, like I said, I beaconed my ships now, and one of them isn't a mining ship anymore. There's one mole, and here's the Scorpion. And this thing has got 4 very potent stingers. Like I said, or I think I said this before, but in case I didn't, I've already taken a military escort with this sucker, just firing one rocket at a time. I think this rocket pod is empty. There's 20 rockets per pod, so there was, when I started, there was a total of 80 rockets. And I figured out how to lead the ship with the rockets and take out its guns. So I fire in front of it, and the ship flies into the rocket, and I take out its guns, particularly its missile turrets. Those are a real royal pain in the butt, if you haven't figured that out already. But yeah, here's the mining ship, and it's still got ore in it. So I can actually fly this up to the hopper and dump my load now. I've been meaning to do that. Let's see. Now, so I might have to put a secondary base beacon to indicate where the hopper is. But I call it a hopper, but it's really just a miniature catcher's mitt. There it is. So straight up. Okay. Let's get into... Yeah, that's the only problem with this ship is there's a lack of visibility in first-person mode. But I can get around that. What I do is I just go to the vertical axis like this, so that you're roughly directly over the cockpit. And it helps if I do a slight downward angle. I'll switch to first person to get myself oriented here. And I'll actually kind of poke my drill bits into the hopper a little bit. Let's see, ejectors on. See, I don't flip these on, I just, flip these off. I just flip them on and then just turn the whole ejector off. Let's see, how fast is this emptying? Yeah, you can see I've already loaded some. See what, in the last ship I pointed out how it was configured. It's basically a 3-stack of small ship conveyor blocks with with reactors facing 4 sides of each block. So I've basically got 3 groups of 4, all attached to a central axis, and the feed point is right here. It's a small cargo container. And all I use it for is to fuel up my ship. Now these drills carry a lot of ore. Even when you're in realistic, they carry a lot of ore. See this is times 10. Well, I think this is the same regardless, but they hold 135,000 L's of mass or volume. So I mean, I don't know if this maximum number changes whether you're in realistic or not. It's probably why I was confused and thought I was in realistic. So the next video I upload, I will be in realistic. I'll be backing off the settings. I gotta stay put. So what I do is I just use the filters here so that I can watch to see when my drills are empty, and it looks like the first 2 drills are empty. Now I built this in a counterclockwise direction as you're facing the front of the ship. I did the top drill first, so drill number 1 is the top. Drill number 2 is, as you're facing the ship, would be on the ship's right side drill. Number 3 is at the bottom, and 4 is on the ship's left side, as you're sitting in the cockpit looking out. And I'm starting to run out of time, so I'm going to cut this one short and just start making another file. So go down the playlist and watch the next video. Like, subscribe, comment. Even if you don't have anything positive to say, just comment. I just need to know somebody's watching these. And I'll talk to you later.